mynews.studio.
Solar panels on sacred ground, a papal directive. Has the Vatican just shifted the way we think about global climate action?
Today's date is July 5th, 2025. Let's dive in. The Vatican, smallest nation on Earth and the center of Catholicism, now runs entirely on renewable energy. That can't just be for show, right? It's a tiny city-state, surrounded by centuries-old stone, but it's managed something substantial.
It really is a significant step, and it's more than just symbolism. To put it in context, the Vatican's been discussing environmental stewardship for a while. When Pope Francis released the encyclical Laudato Si in 2015, it reframed climate change as a moral responsibility for the Church. But until recently, the Vatican itself was still partially powered by conventional energy sources.
So what's changed? How did they actually manage to make the transition?
The real shift happened last June. Pope Francis issued an apostolic letter, Fratello Sole, that ordered an agrivoltaic plant to be built on Vatican-owned land outside Rome. That's a facility where solar panels generate electricity and agriculture continues underneath. The important bit is that this was on extraterritorial land in Santa Maria de Galeria, already used for Vatican radio transmitters.
Wait, why not just put solar panels across the Vatican's own rooftops?
Good point. The Vatican is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's densely built, historic, and every part is protected. Back in 2008, they did add solar panels to the Paul VI Audience Hall, but kept them hidden from view. Expanding that wasn't possible without risking the architecture or the city's look.
So, instead, they set up a large plant off-site. How big is this agrivoltaic project?
The plant covers 424 hectares, so that's over 1,000 acres just north of Rome. It isn't inside Vatican City itself, but it's Vatican territory due to a 1951 agreement with Italy. The design lets solar panels produce power while crops still grow underneath.
And this really supplies all the Vatican's energy? Everything from lighting St. Peter's to daily operations?
Yes, the plant was originally built for Vatican radio's transmissions, but now it generates a surplus that powers the entire city-state. The Pope gave 2 officials full authority to coordinate with Italian agencies, so the process was unusually efficient.
What about the legal side? How did the Vatican pull off such a big energy project outside its physical borders?
That's down to the Lateran Treaty and the 1951 arrangement. The Santa Maria di Galeria site is like an embassy. It's extraterritorial. The Vatican can develop and manage it independently as long as certain protocols are followed. The Pope appointed extraordinary commissioners to liaise directly with Italian authorities for approvals.
And emissions? Did this make the Vatican climate neutral?
That was the goal. The directive aimed for climate neutrality, cutting greenhouse gases, and modeling sustainability. With all the electricity now solar-generated, the Vatican grid is fully renewable.
Are any other countries running fully on renewables?
There are a few: Bhutan, Albania, Iceland, but they're usually larger with different geography. The Vatican stands out because it's urban, tiny, and highly symbolic.
Could other cities or religious organizations use this as a model?
That's the key question. The Vatican's case is unique. They have extraterritorial land and centralized authority. But the lesson is about creative land use, integrating renewables without harming heritage. There's already interest from other faith groups and city planners. The Church of England, for instance, has moved away from fossil fuels, but this could push the conversation further.
What about the practical side? Did they hit any technical or logistical roadblocks?
Integrating renewables into a protected historic city is complicated. You can't alter old buildings or the urban layout. The Vatican's answer was to use off-site assets. They also needed high-level coordination, both inside the Vatican and with Italy, to get permissions and manage the build.
So could this prompt more urban centers to try similar solutions?
It's certainly possible. The Vatican just showed that even the most tradition-bound, densely built places can reach 100% renewable energy. It signals that protecting heritage and pursuing sustainability can go hand in hand.
So the world's smallest country just set a big example. What do you think comes next for urban sustainability?
That's the question left hanging. Will other cities take this up? Will more faith-based groups step forward? The Vatican's move is basically an invitation for others to act.
That wraps up our story. The Vatican, city of tradition, now powered by the sun and looking forward. Thanks for joining us as we explored how this tiny nation set a new standard for renewable energy.
Thank you for listening. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it now for free.